best hitters I've ever seen in my entire life. Him and Albert Pujols, the two best hitters of my generation. What made him so successful? Flair for the dramatic. Let's take you back to 2003 on his first hit. Just a slimmed down version. Run that back for me real quick. The beauty of Miguel Cabrera is the fact that he never cheated to anything. He had perfect bat path, perfect mechanics, and he's strong as an absolute bull and knew he could drive the ball out to all parts of the field. Never had to cheat on anything. A little bit more open stance when he came up as a young blood, but this ball is destroyed to dead center field. Run it, a harbinger of things to come. And kind of funny, because there's a common theme, and I think today people in the outfield should get ready, because his first hit was a homer, and you see the reaction from his teammates right there at 20 years old. Then let's take you to the Metrodome in 2008 for his 1,000th knock off Glenn Perkins. Opposite field bomb, okay? We're going to get you to his 2,000th hit in a second here. What do you think happened on this one?
Homer.
Little two-seamer that doesn't get in. Almost sticks to his barrel, and he's like, should I throw it out to right, center, or left? All right, let me throw it out to left field. Perfect mechanics. You talk about the rubber band effect. Run that back real quick. Minimal movement because he's so strong. Everything. The flashlights are faced towards the first base dugout. The hips are faced towards the first base dugout. Puts the front foot down and just snaps off that backside and drives it out of the lot. So what I wanted to do as we prepare to watch Miggy make history, pause this real quick. Jordan Montgomery on the bump today. So before we do a full love affair session on Miggy Cabrera and everything that he's accomplished in this game, because that's going to happen tomorrow at some point, I wanted to kind of dive in on how he's going to prepare for today. Okay? Jordan Montgomery on the mound for the Yankees. Last time he faced them, 2018, April 13th. Jordan Montgomery will throw you the kitchen sink when you watch him pitch, all right? He gives you a steady diet of pretty much every pitch in his arsenal. So run this. How did he try and attack Miggy? Miggy was 1 for 3 this game. What I noticed on film is Montgomery is trying so hard to establish that heater in and never was able to locate it the entire time. And then he's able to go away right there, getting a 2-2 count, kind of get Miggy sitting. Pause that real quick and run that back. Run it back to the heater. Next pitch before that. Okay, pause. Trying so hard to establish this heater in, and if you watch Jordan Montgomery, that's what he tries to do. He tries to get that heater established in under the hands of the right-handers to set up that changeup down and away and to make his curveball really effective, okay? Don't really worry too much about him locating fastballs away. He's trying to get you to move your feet. So what's Miggy Cabrera doing? He's trying to push this baseball to right field, but what does it do? Run that back. Not trying to cheat on the fastball allows you to do what guys who get 3,000 hits and 500 homers do. Stay through the baseball, not thinking pull, and drive this ball up the middle the other way for a knock. Go around first base, take your BGs off, and hand them to the first base coach, and you're doing things. So what can we watch for today? Okay, I'll take you to Friday. It's against Trey Mancini. Pause. I'm not saying Trey Mancini's anywhere near the player that Miguel Cabrera is, but I think when you watch video, or when Miguel's going to watch video, he's going to look at all his previous at-bats against a guy, and then he's going to take a look at his last 2 or 3 starts and kind of see how he attacked power-hitting right-handers, okay? And see if anything's changed since 18, and then kind of formulate a game plan based on the metrics and analytics. So you look at Jordan Montgomery pitch usage. Keep it paused. Fastball 38% of the time. Change 25% of the time. Curve 23% of the time. And cutter 13% of the time. So outside of the changeup, really is the only pitch that's moving away. You're going to see a lot of stuff bearing in. Very similar approach. I don't think it'll deviate from what Miggy was trying to do in 2018 off him. So let's take a look at Trey Mancini and what he's able to do. There's the breaking ball 2-0. That's interesting. Run that back for me real quick, because you feel in this situation, right? 0-0 game, bottom of the second. They just pushed the wall back 70,000 feet, rendering Trey Mancini's in his dome trying to go the other way. You'd think he bought himself a fastball right here. and Jordan Montgomery pulls the string on a nice changeup down and away. So you got to think, all right, he might have a feel for that. That's a pitch Miggy's going to take. So Miggy's going to be in a 3-1 count right here and get another changeup, and it's probably going to get 3,000 hit on a bomb at Comerica. So just kind of his mindset, how great he's been, how he's going to approach the day, and yeah, just an opportunity to get a chance to see one of the best players that's ever done.
JP Morosi is in his element. Day game in Detroit. Miggy 1 hit away from 3,000, and he is on Ballpark Cam. Good morning to you, JP. I'm putting words in your mouth, but this is why you got in this business. Am I right or am I right?
You're right, Lauren. Detroit, the center of the baseball universe this morning, and again, it's because Miguel Cabrera at career hits right now. 2,999. He actually had a great conversation for probably 10, 12 minutes with reporters in the clubhouse here at Comerica Park. A couple notable things. At first, I wished him luck today, and he said, it's better to be lucky than good. And of course, that prompted me to say, well, you've been lucky 2,999 times. I would say a lot of skill involved there. And really, Miguel, at various points, Lauren, during the conversation, became emotional. He said, I think I'm going to cry. That's what he said upon his 3,000th hit coming up. And one moment to watch here at Comerica Park, if it happens today, he has chosen, whenever 3,000 hits comes in Detroit, to have played over the sound system El Alma Llanera, which is the song, the soul of the plains, which is sort of the second unofficial Venezuelan national anthem. And he said he's going to be thinking about where he came from. Of course, Maracay, Venezuela. His uncle David, who taught him the game of baseball. David had played for years in the Venezuelan Winter League for those Cardenales de Lara. So I think Miguel really has become very reflective about his career, his place in the game. He said at one point in time, he hopes that if a young person is watching this happen from Venezuela right now, that he would dream of doing this himself. Of course, he'll be the first Venezuelan ever with 3,000 hits, fewer than 10 players in the game's history with 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. So certainly, Lauren, history for the Tigers, history for MLB, history for baseball in Latin America. It's a very special and reflective mood that I think Miguel Cabrera is in here this morning.